The faster pace of modern life, violent action games, extreme video clips, and hours spent in front of the television have changed the lifestyle of our children, and accordingly, also their life skills. Over the last few years, educational experts have begun to bemoan deteriorating concentration levels in students, to the detriment of classroom learning and exam performance. They have realized that students need more than a large information base to understand their ever-changing world. They need to master disciplinary thinking. That entails a necessary transformation. A different kind of instruction is in order, one that seeks to discipline the mind. And, as with any other skill one wants to acquire, in order to think well, students need practice, reflection, and coaching. That's what MindLab method is all about. MindLab, an academically tested educational program working today in thousands of schools around the world in order to provide children with thinking abilities and life skills and create more motivated and better performing students. And all of that through play.
My favourite game in MindLab is Lunar Lookout. It taught me so much and I've done so much better at school. This game helps me to solve the problems.
The learning process actually involves 3 primary stages. In the first stage, the children learn games and play them in teams. This is the stage in which the teacher enters the picture and he actually provides them with a toolbox for implementing thought strategy and thought concepts.
Very good. So now you know that that's her plan. The question is, can you do anything to prevent it?
In the second stage, the children and the teacher discuss together what they have managed to learn through the game itself, and they apply the models to the lessons learned.
The core of the system are the models, and every model has its implications from the game into life itself. When I group all my pieces together and I advance them on the board as one group rather than individually, then as a group they have much more power. And this way I have a lot more options.
Could one bird fly across the ocean, do you think, on their own?
No, I don't think so.
But if they work together, they can, can't they?
They can protect themselves.
In the third stage, we teach the children how to make a transposition of what they have learned through both play and models to real life. When they will actually encounter challenges and situations, they'll be able to perform better through the models.
I like the games because they're completely different to other games you can play, and they teach you things, which I find is fun.
One of the current trends in education is to teach children how to think. The MindLab method promotes the development of thought in a very unique manner, through play.
Over 100 thinking games, both classic and modern, from all over the world, as well as an extensive series of textbooks and workbooks, and innovative educational software packages for all age groups are used by MindLab in order to impart the different substances of the method.
At the heart of the method is the notion that the children's experience while playing be both enjoyable and fascinating so that they'll be more motivated to engage in more in-depth learning. The MindLab method is the bridge that connects the world of games with the real world. The method includes educational programs that are geared towards children and teenagers. The program incorporates a wide range of courses that are aimed at improving upon children's thinking skills by addressing cognitive, social, and emotional issues.
Leading researchers from prestigious universities around the world, headed by Professor Don Green of Yale University, examined the method.
Over the past 3.5 years, I've conducted a series of scientific evaluations of the MindLab curriculum. In the treatment group, children receive the MindLab curriculum, whereby they play with games but learn broader lessons about the applicability of strategic concepts to other areas of life. And in the control group, they simply play with games. And what we find is a significant improvement in the treatment group. When these children were tested in math and verbal ability, it was found that the treatment group significantly outperformed the control group. The more exposure children have to the MindLab curriculum, the more intensively it's implemented, the best they do. And in a field where real interventions that work are relatively rare, I'm quite pleased to report that this is one of those interventions that does work, and it works to a high standard of scientific credibility.
Today, more than 2 million students on all 5 continents in thousands of schools are benefiting from MindLab programs. Ministries of education around the world understand the strength of the method and encourage schools to offer the unique Mind Lab program to their students.
What I do is I walk along the corridors sometimes and I peep in through the windows, and you see that they're really engaged, they're interested and they're very happy. And that's what we want them to be at this school, and they're going to really gain from it intellectually, and it's going to give them some skills for life.
Sort of helping him to think logically, basically, into everyday problems in life, and it really is helping out.
When they talks about using strategies against the parents, they're getting better at it, so it's kind of frightening.
I love games, and I even play it with my mum and dad at home.
I really like the memory games because it was like so much fun.
Mind Lab is so fun.
The program can be used at any educational level, from special education, ELL learners, to programs for the gifted and talented, in order to provide every child with thinking abilities and life skills, so they can make thoughtful life decisions, solve problems creatively, and understand and analyze knowledge in and across the disciplines. To do any of these things well, students need to become adept at thinking critically for themselves. The Greek philosopher Plato summed up the idea in a precise way when saying, "Not by force shall the children learn, but by play."